Hello, friends and family on YouTube and Facebook. This is my third episode, I believe, and I was supposed to give an update last week on my third chemo. Unfortunately, the day before, I had a problem and I had to go to the ER. So I have what they call a discharge horse, which comes, they place a hose in between my rib cage, going to my gallbladder. At first, there was some sort of infection, February, but I didn't get that many details. Well, the final detail was that I have stones. According to the doctors, was little, not a lot, but basically one of the doctors in the ER says, it's not of a major concern. However, enough to put me in the hospital 2 times. The problem with it, if I didn't have cancer, well, they simply would operate and remove the gallbladder. But because of the cancer on the pancreas, they really can't do that because they're afraid that it's gonna spread and the rest of the body, and whatever I'm doing right now with the chemo is gonna be pointless and useless. However, to what's going on, the situation is, if these infections, which they were happening every 3 weeks, get really bad, which this one was bad enough, and I have my immune system is, weak, I might not even survive anyhow. So for me, what's the point of doing all this? So if it is not a cancer, it's going to be an infection that's going to kill me anyhow. So I was pretty upset. I really prefer not to say those words in front on video because I'm supposed to be or stay positive with what's going on, but I really couldn't. So I feel aggravated and insulted on the following day. So Sunday, after spending the whole day in the ER, because when I woke up on Sunday morning, the biliary fluid was leaking through the wound, not through the hose. And to begin with, the smell was really bad. Second, it was very, very uncomfortable having to put paper towels or towels to try to control uh, the fluid leaking out of my body. And you know how it is on a Sunday morning in the ER. It's extremely slow. And luckily I didn't have any pain, but it was more the discomfort and the embarrassment with the people around me smelling what I was smelling, which was pretty much a drainage because the liquid that was coming out of me was extremely stinky, which I don't understand why, because the regular biliary fluid is not like that. So anyhow, I thought I was gonna stay in the Glenbrook Hospital, which I didn't, and then I ended up being transferred to the Evanston Hospital just because they felt it was better than necessary. So I did. I got there like around 11, 12. The doctors came really quick. Well, the one doctor that was there overnight came really quick to see what was going on, what they could do for me, and they gave me pain medications, fever medications, which they took a while to work. At that point, I was already having fever. I had 101.9. That was the highest I had, and it was a very strange sensation because I didn't feel the cold sensation or the chills. I felt my eyes burning, and that's as far as it goes. I had the pain, but I wanted ride it just with Tylenol because I wanted to avoid the narco um, for constipation issues. Um, so the name of the medication is oxycodone. So 24 hours later, I had to take it because I couldn't, continue with the pain. Just kept growing. So finally, I and the next day I heard I was gonna get a procedure done, but no doctor came to see me. So they took me, they replaced the hose, and everything seemed to be perfect. And they were ready to patch me and send me back home. And I got extremely aggravated. I felt like it was just a car that they did the oil change, and okay, there you go. You come back in 6 months. I was like, no, this is not happening. This is the second time I come back from an infection, and this one got worse. So what's gonna happen when in 3 more weeks or 2 more weeks? When I got maybe rounds 3 and 4 on me, and my body is weak with the immune system. Am I gonna make it? So I stood my ground. I said, no, I'm not leaving. I need to see a doctor before anything else. So they finally sent the doctors until the very next day, which that was probably Wednesday morning, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been Tuesday, but my brain is so foggy with my memories because I'm medications and everything that's going on have messed up a little bit my sense of where am I and what days are. I mean, I no longer know what's the date. I only know is the day and the month. So finally, these three doctors came. They were really nice, two ladies and one male, and Dr. Chapar and Dr. Love and Dr. Beiseman. So the ladies pay attention to my pain, pay attention to what I was telling. So they made sure that they ran the test and they talked to the doctors that needed to talk to in order to get me to a better place. Out of that, I got another procedure plus another CT scan plus an MRI. And one of the GI specialists came to see me and said that he's gonna place an stent from the gallbladder going into the intestine. My GI surgeon came and she was not happy because she said that if the other doctor placed the stent there, she was not going to be able to do the surgery, and I was pretty much done. So obviously, I was again upset because I had no way really for a good outcome with all this. Finally, they seemed to come to an agreement, and they decided to put the stent in from the gallbladder, if it was possible, into the stomach. Part of me was concerned because I've been having issues with the biliary fluid and what's going to happen in the stomach. So luckily, when the doctor did he did the endoscopy, he went through my stomach through the with the camera. He says that he saw that my biliary duct that is going from the gallbladder into the intestines is actually working. So all the fluids that they were putting through the discharge hose, which I was concerned because I was putting so much liquids and nothing was coming back from the hose. So I was wondering where are those fluids? What's happening with me? Am I gonna have a bigger issue in a few weeks or few days? Well, the actual biliary duct is working, so thank God. But I still have the hole on my right side on my rib cage, and the issue is that I have some stones. So the doctor replaced that hose for a wider one, so I could I could have a break. And then they gave me the referral for a doctor that's gonna go through the wound and remove the stones and close it soon afterwards, which that makes me very happy because after all this, if the chemo works and I am able to get the surgery and survive this whole thing, well, I get to keep my gallbladder. Who knew? So now with this whole thing, you know that I'm doing these videos to keep updated, to tell you what's going on, I'm still staying strong. I'm still having faith, but I was scared like hell because you know it is not funny or it's not fun when you go to the doctor so many times for the same issue and hoping that you're gonna make it through all this and nobody giving you the proper answers. So with that being said, you know that I've been asking you to share the video in order to get some traction and hopefully gain people getting to see my situation and making a donation through the GoFundMe. So while I was in the hospital laying down on the bed, I was thinking, what else can I do? Because right now, nobody's gonna hire me, and I'm work 1 week, hopefully, and then the next one pretty much not working because I'm wiped out. And I'm sorry, as you can see, I'm still exhausted from last week. And then the week of the chemo, well, I don't know. It's supposed to get worse, or maybe not. Who knows? But according to the doctors, I'm getting the strongest version of chemo, and I'm supposed to get all the nasty side effects, which I'm beginning to lose hair, as I mentioned to you guys before. That's why I shave my face, because if I was gonna lose it, why do I keep having it? Until for the time being, I know that some of my friends are planning to do a fundraiser, so I'm gonna give a shout out to DJ Wate, my dear friend Itza, that I love like a sister. I know that Oscar, Pachis, and Jesus are involved into making this happen, and I really appreciate it because one of the biggest issues for me is the financial side. So again, as I was laying down on the bed, I was thinking, what else I can do besides trying to gain donations. So there is another thing that I was doing just for fun, just for me, my wife, or my kids. I was designing, making designs to print them on shirts and having our own little private designs. So I decided to uh, make designs, based on the Mexican mythology. Uh, so then uh, the brand name for this t-shirts is gonna be called La Neta, which is more or less is Mexican uh, slang, which means the truth. Although in Mexico we say that La Neta is bigger than the truth. so so when you hear this is La Neta, means you couldn't be more truthful than anything else. Uh, and I'm gonna start with the Aztec civilization. Making some designs for T-shirts. So on this video, as I'm talking, I'm gonna be placing the logo of the brand that that I'm creating, and maybe a design or two, so you guys get a really quick glimpse of what I'm doing, and hopefully, um, get some sales rather than just waiting for donations. Or if you if an individual gives me a good donation, and I'm gonna say an amount just because it would be disrespectful, but a couple of people has been extremely generous with me, and I know that for some of us that's a lot. So thank you, Jesus, for your gesture. I know that it's difficult for us as Hispanics, so I really appreciate your gift. You actually helped me a lot with that. You came right in the moment. It's like I was praying for God to give me an answer, and you came along. So it just happens. So again, the brand is gonna be La Neta, and you're gonna be some of my designs in this video really quick. Also, I know that it's DJ Wate and a few friends are trying to organize an event to get donations. So, and it's gonna be, I'm assuming it's gonna be early on the weekend, maybe Sunday. So if it's early enough and I have enough energy, I might go there, to say hello. If it's not a good day, well, um, think that that I'll be there for those that know me. Once this is all said and done, and I'm back to being healthy, I'll meet you on the dance floor once again. So thanks for watching my video. As always, please like it, subscribe, share, and if you find in your heart to uh, give me a donation, I would really appreciate it. Or you can wait, and when the t-shirts are ready for production, well, you can maybe buy one or two. So I hope you like them, and I'll be posting links and stuff when everything is ready. Right now, most of my designs for that first batch is already done, but I'm not gonna bring them all together at once because they're one too many. So I will be bringing 4 designs at a time. And again, thanks, and I already went beyond the limit that I wanted to keep, so you guys wouldn't get bored with my stories. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for those that have already given me some donations that have been helping me to pay my bills. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in the next video, which I'm gonna try to do another one during this week before I go into chemo. Because as you can see, I was supposed to, my goal is to stay on 10 minutes. I already went into 17. So thank you. I'll see you in the next video. I love you all.